So I had built a big tough PC almost a year ago, but we used some really expensive components like a Ryzen 3900X and an RTX 2080 Ti. So today we are going to build a more accessible tough PC with a Ryzen 3300X, but the other components that we are going to combine it with will be way overkill for our CPU and GPU selection. We also had to go through some unexpected challenges with this build, so make sure that you watch till the end. Hey guys, I am Siddharth and let's get started. Starting with the case, we have the TUF Gaming GT301. It is much smaller than its big brother GT501, but it still sports this interesting fascia with hexagonal pattern holes and this strap on the front. It does face very tough competition in its price range, but for our compact tough build, this will become the perfect cabinet. For our PSU, I still have the Antec unit from our previous tough build and it would have matched well with this PC too. But we are not going to use that as people really hate ketchup and mustard cables, so Antec has listened and we have an updated version of this Neo Eco PSU with 550 watts of power and more importantly, these nice black flat cables that are not going to offend anyone. The motherboard we are going to use is the ASUS TUF B550M plus Wi-Fi. Over the B450 motherboards, it offers an easier upgrade path for the Zen 3 CPUs and it offers PCIe 4.0 support, so you can use those super fast Gen 4 NVMe SSDs. It also features 2.5 GB LAN, which could be super useful if you use a NAS, and it also offers the really amazing AI noise cancelling microphone support, which I tested recently in a video and you can check out how well it works. Its VRMs are also nice and it can even handle an overclocked 3950X, which does make it kind of overkill for the processor that we will use. The CPU of choice is going to be the AMD Ryzen 3 3300X and I have tested it against a Ryzen 3600 in a recent video and we found how capable it was for gaming even at its lower price point. This 4-core 8-thread chip is really the best value gaming CPU at the moment, so it's a really great choice for pairing even with mid-range GPUs. After laughing at some memes about IO Shield getting left out, we actually also forgot to do that before installing the motherboard, so we had to reinstall it again after installing the IO Shield, but at least we realized this happening before installing everything else. Also make sure that you are subscribed to the channel with the bell icon because I am of course going to have content on the cool recent launches with some nice builds. For the SSD in our system, we have a really special product. It is one of the first products to be released by the first Indian component brand that I know of. We have the Astra Kapidhwaja KD55XS SSD from Astra with 240 GB of storage. It is made in Taiwan, but the people who started this brand are Indians and it actually performs way better than its DRAM-less competitors in the same price range. I'll have more details about this and its comparative performance in a pinned comment, so make sure that you check that out. We are also going to be adding a 3TB WD hard drive because we will of course need more than 240 GB of storage to play games. We are actually going to install a 240mm liquid cooler in this build, and even though the Ryzen 3300X can be used easily with its stock cooler, this Enermax Liquimax 240 is a nice value as it is quite affordable at around 6500 rupees. After failing to mount the radiator on top, we realized that the case actually doesn't officially support it, so we had to mount it on the front where the case actually supports up to a 360mm radiator. We wanted to use the fans of this cooler, so we removed the case fans, but you should also be fine if you use the original case fans, which we will mount on top, or you could also use a push-pull configuration on the radiator. The TUF GT301 case also has an ARGB header hub on its side, so we were able to connect all the fans to this lighting hub. The Enermax cooler has a detachable cable for its CPU block ARGB, so we will insert that, and we also had to set its logo in correct position by reinstalling it at a 180-degree angle, which is easy to do, but for this you will require a special screwdriver that you don't get in the box. But we do have a thermal paste tube, which is much better than pre-applied thermal paste that you get on some coolers, and then we will install our CPU block after attaching the AMD bracket and the backplate on the motherboard. The RAM we will have in our system is 16 GB of Antec's Katana RGB RAM running at 3200 MHz, and you can also go for a 3600 MHz kit even though I was also easily able to run it at 3600. It is a pretty simple design that actually looks quite good with all kinds of PCs, so it's not going to look out of place even with the unique aesthetics of our TUF build. We are going to use the NVIDIA GTX 1660 Super in this build as it is a great GPU to be paired with the 3300X. We have it here in this TUF X3 OC variant, which has 3 fans for great cooling, even though I think that this could be a little overkill for this chip. But it does look very fitting with our build with its matching TUF design, and it also has a small strip of lighting which we are going to check out when it lights up. This video was finalized before the RTX 3000 launch, but for 1080p gaming in this budget, the only other option would be to get a used 20 series card. For additional lighting, we have a neon lighting strip from Phanteks, but if you are limited on the budget, you can skip this because RGB actually doesn't increase performance in any way. The cable management is fairly easy with the sliding panel on the GT301, and after closing the tempered glass side panel, we also added the headphone hanger that this case has. So now let's check out how good the result looks. So that was a pretty decent looking build. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. If you are into the TUF specific design, you could definitely use one or more of these components in your build. The 1660 Super is not going to get bottlenecked by our Ryzen 3300X, so we are going to see close to the standard 1080p and 1440p performance that a 1660 Super provides us in most games, even with a much higher end CPU, like we have seen in the benchmark video I made for this GPU. You can also overclock the CPU as we have plenty of thermal headroom with our AIO cooler. Here is the price list if you are interested in building a similar PC, and I'll try to have links to these components in the video description below if you are interested in buying them. So that was it for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it or a thumbs down if you disliked it. Subscribe with bell so you don't miss out on very exciting upcoming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.